everybody? Welcome to the Comic and Movie Show. My name is Deshaun, and this is another video in 2021. I have to keep saying that because 2020 was a bitch, and I'm glad that it is gone. Now, this video is to talk about DC. Now, I've made some videos recently talking shit about Wonder Woman. I mean, it's easy talking shit about Wonder Woman. I mean, it's so easy talking shit about Wonder Woman 84. It's not even funny. Wonder Woman 84 is worse than the first Wonder Woman. So you know it is easy for me to talk shit about Wonder Woman 84. I mean, it's easy. In fact, I'm thinking about making a separate video talking about how they fucked this up. But anyways, I'm here to talk about other things going on in DC. Like, what's that guy's name? I can't remember his first name, but it's like Hamada. The CEO of Warner Brothers. I say CEO because we both know he's like a puppet CEO, and the real people who make the big decisions are AT&T, and he'll do whatever AT&T asks, and Warner Brothers will do whatever AT&T asks them to do, and he will do whatever AT&T asks him to do, and he'll put a nice little spin on it, make it seem like it was his idea. You know what I mean? Like you know, AT&T's like, hey, fuck it, put every fucking movie you got on HBO Max. We need these numbers to look good so we can show it to the shareholders. And Walter Hamada is gonna come out and be like, well, we felt it was the best decision. Like, you didn't feel shit, okay? AT&T told you what was about to happen, and you went, okay, time to cover my ass. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. I've already talked about the stupidity of that decision. What I'm here to talk about is how Walter Hamada has not only announced that there will be 6 DC properties a year now, 6 DC movies a year, 2 for HBO Max, and 4 movies theoretically, in the theaters. So, you know, maybe they're kind of coming around on that thinking. That's a lot. It is a lot. And in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, what? Wait a minute, guys. Wait a minute. You talking about doing 6 movies a year? Motherfucker, y'all can't even do 1 movie right a year. For crying out loud, the last 2 movies that came out, I fucking hate it. I hate it. Birds of Prey. I fucking hate that movie. Okay, hate that movie. No, fuck it. I hate that movie. I was about to pull back, but that one movie hated men, and I couldn't get by it. Like, it was so distracting. There were some logical leaps in that movie, too. And like I said, Wonder Woman hates men, too, but that movie really hated men. I don't know what the fuck's going over there at DC, but for some reason, they equate having to make a strong female character to having to, like, to vilify all men around them is essentially what they've come to the conclusion of. But whatever. Either way, the last 2 movies weren't that hot. They were not that hot. None of them. The last 2 movies weren't. Honestly, if you want to be technical, the last 3 movies weren't. Because sure. I can't be sure. I am subjective, and I will tell you that I gave the Joker a 7. So clearly I didn't think it was a bad movie. I thought it was a pretty good, I thought it was an okay movie. I thought it was a pretty good movie, in fact. I just didn't think it was as great as everybody else thought it was, or nearly as great as everyone thought it was. But Joker did make over $1 billion and got nominated for Best Picture and won, I think, 2 Oscars. So Joker was clearly a win. But from a critical standpoint, ratings-wise, it wasn't as high as, it wasn't as high as Wonder Woman. Or it wasn't as high as Wonder Woman or Shazam. From a critical standpoint. Though a lot of people would say that's mixed. But when you look at the last 3 DC movies, it's mixed bag results. People can say that Birds of Prey didn't make as much money because of COVID, but I'm sorry. Sonic the Hedgehog came out a week later and kicked the shit out of it. Sonic the Hedgehog came out a week later and made more money. Sonic the Hedgehog came out in the COVID era too. So, like, people who are trying to defend Birds of Prey and be like, oh, well, it's because it came out in the COVID. Well, I would say that if Sonic the Hedgehog didn't come out and make more money than it. But anywho, it's really just making me go, and now you guys want to step it up. And the reason they want to do it is, Walter Hamada was talking about, they want to do spin-offs. They want to do expansion. They're going to have multiple Earths. They're gonna have 2 different Batman franchises going at the same time. Yes, you heard me. They want to have 2 Batman franchises going simultaneously. By the way, we've already talked about the fact that they're making spin-offs the shit that hasn't come out yet. They got a spin-off to fucking Suicide Squad and the Batman. We haven't even seen the movies yet. Hell, Suicide Squad doesn't even have a trailer. And Batman has a trailer, but it's more of a teaser than anything. So we don't even have an official trailer for that. And we just got that recently. And they're talking about spin-offs. My problem with all the shit that's going on at DC, especially with the spin-offs, is like, wait a minute. That would be like if Marvel, before Guardians of the Galaxy came out, said, hey, we're doing a Rocket and Groot spin-off series. And you would be like, admit it, you would be like, what the fuck is that? You'd be like, why do I want to see a Rocket and I don't even know I haven't even seen the Guardians yet. And yet they're sitting here talking about Gotham City GCPD spin-offs, which is, by the way, going through a lot of problems right now because they just lost their showrunner about a couple months ago. By the way, not just any showrunner, one of the best showrunners of all time. You're talking about a guy who was a showrunner on The Sopranos and countless other big HBO and other show franchises that I can't remember them all, but I'm guaranteed if you look up the guy who was the showrunner on Gotham City Police Department, GCPD, you would see that guy was a big deal, and he bumped heads with goddamn I'm always forgetting the guy who's working on this. I know his name, but I can't remember the director of the new Batman movie, The Batman. I know his name, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But he bumped heads with that director because he's overseeing this other pocket of the DC. By the way, the new Batman isn't taking place in the DCEU, but the Ben Affleck Batman will be recast. Look see what I'm saying? They are making things so crazy and complicated. And they want what Marvel has. Then that's the reason they're doing it. He even equated it to Marvel. They want what Marvel has. They want the connectivity. They want the spin-offs. They want to be able to put out as many movies as Marvel and make the same amount of profit as Marvel. But the problem that DC and Warner Brothers, because Warner Brothers needs to get this through their heads too. You're number 2, bitch. Like, I'm sorry. Your movies might win awards. But it ain't gonna win. But they're not gonna win the box office totals. They're just not. You're number 2. Your fucking, your superhero movie will make less than our superhero movie. Put it this way: Captain Marvel made more than Wonder Woman, and you can say, oh, it's because of the MCU. Well, guess what? That's what the fuck it was built to do. The MCU was built to be a slingshot. And as long as the MCU is built to be a slingshot, they can make any fucking movie they want to and know that at least it's going to make this amount of money, which then in turn makes them want to make bolder decisions because they already know that a certain amount of money, when you know at the worst you're going to make $600 million, I'm telling you right now, the last fucking lowest, the Marvel movie that made the lowest is fucking at $635 million. That was Ant-Man and the Wasp. When your floor is $600 million, you already know you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. You do whatever the hell you want to do. You guys floor, like, DC's floor is all over the place. You know? Oop. Oh, thought I heard something. Sorry. First you got Wonder Woman you got Aquaman making a ton of money. Shazam makes money, barely makes any money. It makes money. It makes enough money to get a sequel, but not a lot. It wasn't like a mega hit. It was just like a moderate hit. It was like getting on first base kind of a hit. It was like, it made money, but not a lot. And then you got so you got Shazam with mixed results. Criticals liked it, and it made enough money, but it wasn't a big hit. Then you got Birds of Prey, that not only that was a moderate critical success, and it didn't make actually any money. And like it's crazy. And you got Joker, which makes $1 billion, but it's critically polarized. So it's like DC is all over the place. The only controversial Marvel movie is Captain Marvel, and that's because people got such an atissy over what Brie Larson said that they were gonna hate the movie no matter what. And that's the only controversial movie they made, other than maybe Black Panther if you want to get racist. You want to talk about racist people, but that's it. That's about it. That is literally about it. Otherwise, each MCU movie averages out to $1 billion a piece. That shit ain't going nowhere. Just like I said, I don't know why they feel like they need to be Marvel. They don't. DC, you have a thing going, make one movie at a time, work on one project at a time. Because why are you even announcing this? First of all, if people forgot, they have announced countless projects that will never see the light of day. Freaking Spielberg's working on a movie called The Blackhawks. Have you heard of it? I bet not. Irva Dune is working on The New Gods. That happened a while ago. The Green Lantern show was announced for HBO Max was announced 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago now. And we haven't even heard any casting on that show. You see what I mean? The Nightwing movie was announced 3 or 4 years ago, and we haven't heard anything on that. And when you start, Flash was supposed to have come out by now. Cyborg had a movie announced, but that never happened. You see what I mean? There's just so many projects that they constantly keep making the same mistakes. They constantly keep juggling because, like I said, they saw, like I said, it felt like they saw, oh, Marvel's doing this, I can do it too. And that's the problem. That's DC's problem. They keep fucking looking over here. Stop looking at what we doing and do what you doing. That's DC's problem. And like I said, they like the whole having 2 Batman franchises running simultaneously is fucking ridiculous. And then you got them talking about that Static Shock and Batgirl are a risk. That is not a good look. That is not a good look. DC still doing DC shit. That's why I kept telling people, do it through the summer. People were like, yay, DC. I'm like, bruh, calm the fuck down. Until I see with my own eyes them do something, I ain't believing shit. I don't believe in shit. Oh, I still don't believe that Green Lantern's coming out. I still don't believe the Flash is coming till I see it. Are they filming something? Do they have anyone? No, we don't know. That's DC's problem. When Marvel announces something, I know I'm gonna get it. Hell, everyone keeps talking about how Marvel announced, Marvel announced Inhumans. Hey, first of all, that got taken away from them. And second of all, it still fucking came out, didn't it? I mean, shit, Flash is supposed to come out like 2 years ago. I don't know what the fuck's going on over there. There's a Batgirl movie being worked in with Josh Whedon. That's not happening anymore. It's just, like I said, it's fucking chaos. I just talked about Gotham City. That still doesn't have a fucking showrunner on it. So nothing's really moving with it. Like I said, DC's a mess. It's still a mess. Multimatta didn't make things any easier. And the thing about it is, AT&T is making it even worse because AT&T wants to get their full money worth out of Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers isn't in a position to really give them what they want because AT&T looks at Marvel and they go, we want what they have and you guys need to give that to us, and they don't realize that they can't do that right now. They're not in the position to do that right now, and the only way to get there is to reboot the entire thing, but they're never going to do that because there's still money to be made in the short term with some of the random franchises. But until they reboot this thing, it's just going to be chaos. It's just going to be random hit and miss after hit and miss, and that's just what it's going to be. And like I said, I don't trust them to do this many films. I don't trust them to do this many movies. I don't know why they want to have 2 Batmen running at the same time. And I damn sure don't know what the hell they mean by that Static Shock and Batgirl are risky projects, because it sounds fucking weird and it sounds real suspicious. I'm just saying, it does. So thank you guys for joining the Comic Game Movie Show. Please be like, subscribe. I will see you guys on the next one. And what do you think of this subject? Do you want to see 2 Batman shows running at the same time? I don't. Thank you guys again. See you in the next one.